Hello, back at you again with another deck profile for OP13. Wanted to get another one out there for you before we get this next week for pre-release. Moving into the week after, we're going to have the official release. And this was one of those leaders I was very excited for prior to the set being released out there in the East. But here we have it. As you saw, we have Jewelry Bonney. Leader effect. This effect can be activated when you play a character with a trigger. Give up to 2 Residon cards to the leader or one of your characters. Inherently sounds underwhelming compared to the other leaders. Spoiler, it kind of is. But still some awesome things you can do with this. Yellow inherently has a lot of triggers. They're very good. And you just have to work around that and try and make this deck work. And hopefully we get more support. We have another Luffy deck coming and things like that. I'm not going to sit here and act like Bonney's going to top anything, but show up to the locals, have some fun with it. It got a decent amount of support, some really good cards, and let's dig into it. So, to start off, this deck list is my own. Built it with a few things, just to try a lot of things out. Some things worked, some things didn't. You'll see that in the videos. Some cards were dead, and I'm intrigued to see what you guys have built up. I'll take a look at them if you leave them down below and everything. Would love to see it. So we have the Usopp 2K. This for me is more so a searchable 2K, and it's very good for endgame. Say they hit you on your last life against a wide deck, say Rayleigh, and you buff your leader to 7,000. Exactly, yeah. 7,000 leader, really good. Could get you out of some sticky situations. We have Vegapunk. This is a new card from OP13. 2 or more given Dawn cards, this character gains blocker. Well, that's convenient because she gives 2 Dawn. So you give that to your leader, inherently a blocker. Next, you have your new Searcher. This is helpful because you can look at the top 4 and reveal any trigger. See that it's not type locked. A rare type of Searcher we get, but so trigger, I mean, we can grab most things in the entire deck. Very, very good. Moving on, we have Onami. This card synergizes perfectly as it's a 2 cost. And it has a trigger, so it'll trigger your leader ability. So for 2, say you're on 3 Dawn, you play your Onami, 2 of them go to leader, and leader gets banished. You give the last one, you're swinging 8 banish on 3 Dawn. Really good. And you establish the body. And the trigger, always good in general. KO up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or lower characters. Moving in, we have Zeus. This is an OP11 card. You may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand, KO up to one of your opponent's characters that cost 5 or less. Really good. So you're in a pinch, you need to take a blocker out at the end of the game to win. Play down your Zeus, pop it, take your last life. You're going anyways. And try and go for it. A new card in PRB02 that came out. We have the Otama. Number 1, it's a 2K. Inherently really good. And you may rest this character, add 1 card from the top bottom of your life, and give your leader or character 3,000 for the turn. Doesn't sound amazing, but then you think about it. Oh wait, she has a trigger. That means it activates leader ability. Say you are going for game. You play your Eustace Captain Kid for 8. Trash that last life. Play her for 2. Leader ability procs. Now it's a 7k leader because you get those 2 Dawn over. Now you rest her. You can make her a 10k for 2 Dawn. Incredible late game situation. You do have to take that life, but if you're going for this Otama, you're probably going for game anyways. Next, we move on to the Lilith. We've seen Lilith before, OP07. Decently old card at this point. Searcher, look at the top 5 for an egghead, grab it. A lot of eggheads in the deck, really good Searcher. And it is a trigger, so 2 Dawn to leader. Next we have Kiku Nojo, one of the best triggers that exists. The trigger itself is really good, and you give the 2 Dawn to leader. 2K Frankie, trigger again, really good trigger, and a 2K, we love it. Basil Hawkins, this is one of those toys I was playing with today. I don't think it really got much play, but wanted to try it out. Trashing life inherently is good because you are running a few trash cards and as the trigger, so it's really only a 2/5, and then you swing 7 with leader on 4. It's kind of a good second option if you don't see your Kiku. Next, we have Nami. We've seen Nami around the streets before. Beautiful, trash a trigger, KO a 5. I did use that in some games really well today. Really like it, keeping it at that. Next, we have Robin. 6 costs, conveniently as a trigger. Give those 2 Dawn to leader. Now it makes it a 4/6, and it trashes your opponent's life. Next we have, and the trigger, something to know, you can play a 3-cost or less yellow character from your hand. You could play Usopp and then give your leader, if that's your last life trigger, play your Usopp from hand, and you give it 2k for the turn. Could be kind of helpful in that way. Stussy, new card in OP13. If your leader has the Egghead type, play up to 1 character card with a cost 5 or less with the trigger from your hand. So it cheats out a body, and it's a 7/7 blocker. And as we see, we have lots of targets for this. We have our Lilith, we have our Kiku, we have our Basil, we have our Nami. Worst case, you have your Frankie. You have a lot of options. Moving in, we're running 2 Eustace Captain Kid for late game. We're trying to trash life a little bit while also keeping on the aggression, so we really want to push the agenda. So when we get to our new Jewelry Bonney, this is our top end, this is our ace. If the leader has the Egghead type, this character gains Rush. Really good inherently, 9-10 Rush. Then your opponent adds a top card of their life cards to their hand. Really good for taking that last life. It has a little bit of reject built in. Then we have the trigger. So not only could this give 2 Dawn to leader, you could make this a 9-12 rusher that eats a life. Crazy. Crazy. So that's the deck list there. We're running 2 of the 0-cost events just because we do have some bricks up here that we might want to get rid of. And obviously seeing this on your last life is beautiful. All right, that's the deck list. Let's jump into these games. All right, our first game is going to be against Roger. We look at our first hand here. We're looking at 2 Lilith Searchers. We like it. We're going second. At this point, I did not know what Roger wanted to take, first or second. Kind of depends on the hand, see how their ramp plays out. But I believe it's always second. We get the Lilith down. Looking at our options here, Lilith can grab any trigger, remember. Looking for a good 4-Dawn play. I didn't think we had one, so I think that's a good take on the Kiku Noju. Give the Dawn there. Why not? For funsies, right? Play the other Lilith. Grab the Frankie 2k. Now I got 2k in hand. Beautiful. Roger, as we know, his leader ability has to give that Dawn to him to start the turn. And I'll dig into that maybe in another video. We'll see. Rearranging the hand. We have 2 of those ace Bonnies there. 2 of those Bonnies. Don't know what Bond I was doing with that art, but we'll just keep moving with it. Give 2 to Bonney. Swing 7 on 5. Roger usually likes to take this. Roger doesn't want to go low on cards. Needs a little bit more ramp options, things like that. I'd love if he countered, but he does not. And I apologize for leaving the taskbar and everything on. That's my bad. And we're taking a look. Bullet gets the buff because we are now at 8 Dawn. Bullet becomes a 3/6 once 8 Dawn is reached on the field. You see the ramp from the buggy, the ramp from the bullet. Good start from the Roger. Looking at 6 Dawn here, we don't really have a great play, so we're going to Lilith, try and search one out. I'd always ask you which one you want to prompt first. Lilith, I think, is good. We do get the Nami. Beautiful grab there. That Nami's going to go down and clear that bullet for us. What do we got? Dropping the Nami. Nami first. Trash out the Onami because it's the only trigger we want to trash. KO that bullet. Give the 2 Dawn to, I believe, leader, so we can go 6-7. Yep. And this puts some pressure on Roger. Does he want to give us a 2k or does he want to go down to 2 life? 2 life, no board is kind of scary. I believe he does take, though. He does. Then we go 7. And this is setting up perfectly because as you see, we're at 6 Dawn. Might have thought we were at 7, to be honest. Because we're not going to be able to put Bonney down next turn. Let's see what we got. Roger has to give that Dawn until he has 10 on the field. Now he has 10 on the field. Won't have to do that from this point on. Gabon comes down. Draw 2, trash 1. That's not the Roger ideal play. When they're at 10 Dawn, I got bailed out there a little bit. Swings into Kiku. I think we have to take that. We're not giving up our whole hand. We can just take a life. Beautiful. Moving on. And as you see, no great plays. I can even click on the body thinking I'm at 9 Dawn. Oh, goodness. We look at Stussy. We're like, oh, we have no targets. Then we're like, let's just split it up. Let's split this Dawn. Let's go 9-9 into 7. Could be worse. We know we're playing 2 Bonnies, so if he takes one of these, it's kind of nice because Bonney can really put on some pressure next turn. Counters out of the first one, we'd love to see it. We go 8. I think the reason we go 8 here is we want him to counter. Exactly. No, it wasn't. It was because we wanted the Vegapunk blocker, of course. That's what I was thinking. Now we take a look. Rush Shanks. Annoying. Very annoying. Roger's running that now for Emu. It really needs to reduce those 7k swings. So as we see, Lilith only triggers out if your leader is Vegapunk, not if it's Egghead. So sadly, Lilith's trigger doesn't work to play it, but it's still good. It interacts with our leader ability by giving 2 Dawn. So now we get this. We now have 3 of these big Bonnies. Don't think we're going to need 3 of them. And we block that just so we have another body. Don't really know why, though. I think the blocker would have been good, because that big Shanks is probably going to be swinging into our Bonney when it does go sideways. I think keeping that blocker out there would have been the right play. But in that case, you also get to play around Rayleigh. Their 8-drop Rayleigh that gets to rest something. So we use the 2 Dawn, and see, they took their life for the Bonney being played. Debating where I want to put this. Put it there. And we didn't add the last one. 11 and a 7. Maybe because we almost want them to counter, because we know we're playing the Bonney next turn. I think that's correct, actually. Because I think the only way they get out of this is if we don't have another Bonney. But the problem is, because I used that blocker last turn, I believe this Shanks just goes right in on my Bonney. And I don't think I'm going to protect 12 on 9, considering I have 4 total K counter, and he plays another Shanks. Yes. Bonney goes. And if I would have kept that blocker, I would have been able to block one of those. So he goes Gabon. I realize I'm going for game next turn with my Bonney. He has 2 cards in hand. Just go. Take. Use it. Why not? I'm just going to take it. Taking them all. So many bricks. 3 Stussies. I mean, 2 Liliths, 2 big Bonnies. Like, what are we doing? And none of them can swing. This play is going to be play your Bonney. Hope they don't have the counter. Eat their last life and just swing 11 on 7. Feels pretty good. They would need 2 2s and a 1, and they have no Dawn up. Give that last Dawn. Swing the 11. 2 2s and a 1. Do they have it? I don't believe they do. No, they do not. If they would have left a Dawn up for the event, they would have maybe had a chance. Almost got the good game out. All right, moving into our next game. We get an ace here. After some good searching around, I think this one takes a few clicks. Sim's been kind of tough for me to get games lately. I wonder if that's me or everyone. We take a look at our first hand. We do have a search. We are going, I believe, first, which makes Lilith pretty good on... Well, Lilith and Onami both good on 3, so we can keep this. Ace, obviously super powerful. One of the best in the meta next set. And we're trying to compete with this deck. I'll stay kind. He grabs the I Am Whitebeard event. That's going to allow him to cheat out his Newgate on curve. So now we know he's going to be doing that. Wonderful. Our favorite. And double search. And he grabs the other part of the puzzle. Love it. All right, Lilith, let's see what we can do. We hit our Lilith search here. We take a look. Lilith can't grab Lilith. And I think we grab a... Maybe the Stussy. Maybe a 2K. Yeah, we grab the Stussy. We don't have any late game plays. I think it's the right thing. Then we give those 2 Dawn because Lilith's trigger. And we go 7 into 6. This at least forces a card from Ace, which is really nice. And he takes... No. Activated Ezo. That's right. And maybe, come on, take the 7. I know you want to. Oh, come on. Nah, he does not. Gives us the Uta. That is a 2K though. We will take it. Because I can never recall which part of the ability is locked to the Dawn being on him. Searchaholic. Keep on searching, Ace. I know you already got the pieces. All right. Swing 8. I think we always take that. Sadly, it's an Onami trigger, but he didn't play a body. Gosh, if he would have played Marco, we would have loved it. So we got our big jewelry Bonney for later. We'd like to see it. Here, I think we're going to put the aggression on him. And I will admit here, I couldn't recall how Ace's ability worked, that if it was banished, if he still got to draw. But I'm reading the ability there, and I'm like, oh crap, yeah, he's going to get to draw. Granted, still getting him down to 2. It's fine. We need to do it. His late game bodies are bigger than ours, so we do need to keep aggression just going. All right. Thinking about this one. Praying he counters. 10 to 6 if you want to give me 3 cards. Lovely. Takes it. And we banish the Goldie Roger. Beautiful banish. Beautiful. We don't like to see him. We don't like that guy. We run the blocker Vegapunk for the end game and the Stussy. So we do not want Roger coming down. And here we go. We take that. Again, we get a KO trigger, but nothing to KO. And we're looking there like, dang, we got the Robin after we just did all that to banish. But here I see we have a really good play. We can play the Stussy, which can play the any trigger 5 cost or less. We play the Nami. Trash out the Robin we don't need anymore, and we KO the Marco immediately. Yes, they get 3 cards. Quite unfortunate. Giant hand. But at least we can go 7 into 6, get 1 more of them out of there. And we're looking at boards now. I mean, we have the Lilith 5k, Nami 5k, Stussy 7k blocker. We are developing board presence, and we know he's going into 8. So if he does do the I Am Newgate event into his Whitebeard, he's wasting 2 of the Dawn he can give out, essentially. He gives 2 to leader and 2 to one of his characters. So if he uses all his Dawn and gives 2 to Garp, Garp can't swing anyways. We are sitting in a hand with no 2Ks. See, he uses the I Am Newgate event for the 9-drop Newgate, which is a little intriguing, probably because we were wide. He felt like he had to go to 8k power that turn. We take it, and I don't activate the trigger again as not Vegapunk. And now we are at 9 Dawn, so we're kind of just debating on how we want to play this out. If we want to go aggro with our board or play the big Bonney. I think establishing the big Bonney is the right play here. I think that's what I go with. Yes, we do. So we activate Bonney, they take their life. We use the card action. We give the 2 Dawn to Bonney. That's because he is an AK body. And going 12 into 8 is just cleaner than spreading that Dawn. I mean, I think I could have done 9 with Stussy, 10 with whatever. I'll just go 12 and leave the Stussy up as a blocker. And he's debating it. Does use leader ability, tosses the Tax Beard. Brings me down to 10. And it looks like we're going to get 2 more cards, which is beautiful. So we're still wide. We still got our blocker. Whole board of what could be swingers if he doesn't buff his leader. And I saw that right there. If you didn't, 3 1Ks. That means he is out of 2Ks. Does not have one. Has only drawn 1 all game, which is quite unfortunate. Goes with the I Am Newgate event again. Here we see the blocker beard. This will give 2 Dawn to his Newgate and 2 Dawn to his leader. Quite powerful. It allows the Newgate now to pop a 3k or less on swing because he has 2 Dawn attached, which will clear the Onami. Do we care? Not really. Not really at all. Now, see, he does take his life to give his leader that 2k buff, which you do have the option of doing with that event. Sometimes you have to do it, sometimes you don't. I think with our wide board, again, like I said, he has to go to an 8k lead. So that's kind of best of both worlds there. Getting the blocker beard and the 8k leader. So let's see. Gives the 2 Dawn there. Gives the 2 Dawn to Newgate. His 9-drop Newgate. Thinking about it. There we go. And So he's got a 10k swing there, a 12k swing with the new gate. See if we get a 12-12, or if we hold Dawn back for something like a radical beam or something of the sorts. And we wait. And we wait. 12 into 10 there. No, not getting Bonney. Sorry. Definitely have to counter that. He sits there and thinks about this. I think it's because he doesn't proc the ability immediately to KO that Onami. He thinks I'm on counter step, and I'm just like, KO that Onami. Get her out of there. There she goes. And here we use the event. Get rid of a 1K. There we go. I got rid of a Stissy. I couldn't see. But, yeah, I think we got rid of Stissy. Countered out of that. Still no 2Ks, though. So I'm kind of hoping he doesn't swing 11 into my Bonney, so I don't have to give that intel away. But then in that case, he's also not holding one up for Rad Beam, and I can probably go for game. And yes, it is 10 into Bonney, and we toss a 1K Onami. There's no life to banish, don't need it. Draw another brick. And I think here we look at it as if we almost have to go for game. We do have the blocker, but we realize I have a misplay in this one. I have a misplay. Let's see where I go wrong here. We're looking at a 8K leader, and we go 9. The reason we're doing that is because he didn't have 2Ks last turn. So we're still 2K checking. Let's see if we got any more. Pops the Ezo to try and find a 2K. Or maybe he has it already. Either way, you probably still pop the Ezo. That didn't give me enough information. We wait, and right there off rip. I would use a leader ability there off rip to not give that intel away right from the start, but we get the 2 1Ks. And at this point, the intelligent play is to probably crank into the new gate, his sideways new gate, so they can't threaten game back at us. But that is not what we do. We decide to go 9 again. Not what I believe to be a wise choice. Mistakes were made. And there was a 2K. I think that's what threw me off. I think I'm like, why did you just give me 2 1Ks if you had a 2K the entire time? So now I'm like, what? And I swing 13. I saw it as better than, what was the other option there? 8, 10. Should have been 9 because I end up playing out this Vegapunk blocker and it can immediately get popped by this new gate. Let me tell you, this is rough. This is looking rough. Why did we play the Vegapunk? See, I'm learning just like everyone is. This is tough. Bonney doing Bonney things. I'm looking, and then I probably wave the cursor around because I'm like, what did I just do? He has game. I'm dead to rights. If he, yep, I wave it. He can just pop it. I'm ready for it. Let's see how he approaches this. I believe, and that swing right there, he lost it. I did not win it. He lost it. I did not win it. And he has to play a rush character, so I just counter 2 on this 6. I think he drops the Roger, and nothing you can do. Why not? Icing on the cake. So there we are. I think that's an ace misplay. But on to the next. All right. So here we are in game 3. We have Bonney versus Green Red Luffy. This is a new OP13 leader as well. Really cool leader ability. I believe it's Dawn on leader. Each of your Dawn can be used pretty much as a 2K to defend your characters or life. I believe only Straw Hat, though, which I don't think comes into play because I think the entire deck is Straw Hat anyways. But so we started out, we didn't have a 2 Dawn play. We're on 4. We're debating between going for that banish with Onami, but we know this Jewelry Bonney blocker can restand a Dawn, which is annoying. So because we know that, we just go for the 7. The Bonney's going to restand a Dawn, and then he can counter out, or he can take it. That would bring him down to 4 in hand if he did do that, and he doesn't. He takes. We established the 4/6. He's at 3 life, so now Kiku's ability is live. Beautiful. He plays the 5-drop Sanji. Now this is where the deck falters a tiny bit. It is susceptible to removal, the Luffy, and I believe we punish that Sanji here immediately. So I think it's no question we play that Nami, the 5-drop. Beautiful. Grab it, play it. Wonderful. Sanji, get rid of it. Boom. Goodbye. Use the card action. Best part about that, we still get to give the 2 Dawn. So we can now go 7/7. He can use both his Dawn to get out of that one, exactly. And then we put the Dawn on Kiku. We go 7. And now we have 2 bodies. He doesn't really have any. We're at 4 life. He's at 2 life. And that card's scary. That's the new SCC Luffy double attack. Leader's multicolored, set 4 of your Dawn is active. Then he plays the Zoro to set 2 more as active. So now we're just spamming out bodies. The Nami gives 2 rested Dawn to someone, so now Luffy's swinging 7. Now we're debating, do we let the Kiku go? I think we just go to 5 life. We know the double attack's coming. We have 2 Bonnies. We're on 8 though. We play the kid. Or do we not? We swing the 5. Then we swing another 5. Maybe. Yes. Counters the Cav. Cool. Use kid. Trash that life. Now they're down to 1. And we're going into our Bonney turn next turn, so they're going to have to pick that one up anyways. We'd have trash card off kid on the cycle. It's a good cycle. They go with Cav. They're really wide. Luckily, we were able to heal. The problem is this Luffy does threaten double attack. So we let the Nami go. But we know we have a kid, too. And again, we get that. Rest of one of your opponent's characters will cost 4 less. I think this is where we slightly misplayed. We rest the Bonney, which is not a problem. But I think it's more of our Dawn disbursement on the next turn. We have 2 2Ks. We're like, we'll take a 3rd one. We might be in trouble with that double attack Luffy. And we counter out of that one. Intriguing. Okay. So, yeah, we always play this. You make him eat that life. I think this is because why did I put 2 Dawn on leader to swing 7 into the Bonney? If I would have went 7 into life, 2 of the Dawn go. If I would have went 9 into life, 2 of the Dawn go in a card. And then if I go 10 at life, he would have to have 2 2 1 1. And I just feel like that's probably a little better considering he does potentially have game. Does have the DMG, which would have thrown off my math a little bit. But now I'm like, crap. So I have 11. I go into life. Uses all the Dawn to go up to 11. Rest 3 of them, as you saw, to give free 6K counter, which is a very good ability, but not quite enough. And we get the kid. We cycle that out. We're now sent with 2 big bodies. He knows he can't get through another turn. He has to go for game. I believe we get a fortunate trigger. As I said, this is Bonney. This isn't blue-purple. This isn't Zoro. This isn't Ace. We need a little bit of luck to come our way. That's what we get. Let's see how this goes. So they take the 9. We don't even have the counter for it. So we take it. And oh my gosh, rest of 4 costs or less. Don't mind if I do. Use trigger and we search and we get a 2K. I mean, sure. Skill diff, I guess. I don't know. 9 with Cav. And because he didn't rest anything, I know he's not going to be resting anything because he would have restood with Cav. So right here, I'm looking, oh, he's going to go 9-10. He would have rested it prior to restand it with Cav and swung in a different order if so. So I'm like, I have 3 2Ks. I want him to go all in. Please put all 5 on your leader. Perfect. I'm baiting that. Boom, boom, boom. And we're out of it. Wonderful. That's game 3. Thank you. All right. So after a few games with Bonney, it's not a great leader. It's a fun leader. Bring it to locals. We finally got a little bit of yellow love. It's just missing a few pieces. The good Bonney ace, I think, or I call it the ace. The big Bonney. Great card. Bonney, what are you doing with that art? Put that away. But no, I think it's a really good deck. Sorry, really good potential of a deck. So it was fun to play. I enjoy it. If you want to take it out, please leave your comments on what you think I could change with the deck list, what I could do. It'll probably be my pet deck for next set behind Emu, just to kind of learn and have some fun at locals. So yeah, thank you for watching. As always, like and subscribe. It helps us a ton. And again, we thank you all. We appreciate it. Have a good one.